happen. The third round of the FIA Motocross World Championship, the MXGP of Latvia here at Kegums. After a 5-month layoff, Tom Vial crossed the line to take his 4th Vauxhall shot of the season. Jago Geerts tailed him, but then he fell from 2nd position, remounted in 9th. Meanwhile, Ruben Fernandez was on the charge. He made that move on Olsen to go up into 5th position as Geerts crashed again, this time down to 22nd. Eventually come home in 16th. Ruben Fernandez was not done yet though. He charged even harder up the field, made that move on Rennie Hopper to go 4th. Ben Watson didn't make the best start, but he capitalised on an injured Thomas Kjær Olsen to move past into an eventual 6th place finish. Albi Ferrato also on the charge, eventually coming home in 10th. It was Tom Vial though who crossed the line to win his 3rd race win of the season. It's also his 3rd career victory. MX2 race 2, once again, Tom Vial quickest to react. He crossed the Vauxhall shot line ahead of everybody else. But he was joined this time by Matthias Boromé. But he lost 2nd position to Jago Geerts, who was on the charge, looking to make amends for his mistakes in race 1. Fernandez was another talking point once more. He moved up into 3rd with a pass on Matthias Boromé, whilst up front, Jago Geerts made an easy pass on lap 7 to take over the lead from Vial. Fernandez, though, crashed out hard. He picked himself up in 6th place, but he wasn't done yet. Jed Beaton on the charge as well. Eventually found his way past Maxime Renault, and so too did a resurgent Ruben Fernandez. Boromé and Vial both ran off track at the same time, but Vial then recovered well to take over the lead in the closing stages of the race, the final lap in fact. A few corners later, Jago Geerts outfoxed Vial and regained the lead. And it was a real neck-and-neck battle to the line, but in the end it was Jago Geerts who hung on the Monster Energy Yamaha to take his 4th race win. Vial was 2nd, Boromé 3rd, and Moto was 4th, and Ben Watson came home in 5th. That meant that the overall Grand Prix belonged to Tom Vial, a personal 2nd for his 3rd career victory. Van der Moosdijk was 2nd, his best finish in MX2, and his teammate FNH Kawasaki Racing, Matthias Boromé, was 3rd. The championship now looks like this. Vial arrived here with a 5-point advantage. It's now 22 after the mistakes from Geerts. Beaton remains 3rd. Watson is now up 3 to 5th. And of course, Vial still leads champion.
Yeah, it was really early on the race. He was really behind me. He was pushing a little bit, so and the last laps before I was not so good, so I say yeah, maybe I let him pass to see a little bit the line, and he was working good. And I say on the last 5 laps I tried to push and to pass. I passed him, but I made a small mistake and he passed me again. But anyway, it was a really good race. I'm really happy, and I see you Wednesday.
MXGP race 1, a little bit of bar banging going on between Cairoli and DeSalle. Tonus was involved in there. A few riders went down. Mitch Evans was one of those guys, but it was Tim Geiser who grabbed his 1st Vauxhall shot of the season. Arno Tonus was up there in 3rd position. Prado was in 4th. Fevre thought he found a way through, but had to wait a little bit longer to go round the outside of the Spaniard and into 4th place around about lap 5. Jeffrey Hurlings fell at didn't fall at the first turn, but he didn't make the best of starts, and he had to work his way through traffic. So too did Jeremy Seewer. Seewer made that move on DeSalle to move into 6th place. But then Glenn Koldenoff, who already taken the lead from Tim Geiser after a mistake from the Slovenian, he then made a mistake around about the halfway mark, and it was Geiser who then led. Hurlings found 2nd gear in the latter stages of the race, found his way past Jorge Prado to move up into 6th position, but it was Tim Geiser who took his 3rd race win of the season from Koldenoff, Fevre, Hurlings and Seewer. MXGP race 2 here in Latvia. This time it was the hot Glenn Koldenoff who grabbed the Vauxhall shot. Hurlings went down in turn 1, and he would have to work hard. He came round 14th at the end of the 1st lap though, but it was Koldenoff who led from Geiser. Jeremy Seewer was in 3rd. Minas Jasakonis put in a stern charge early on in the race, but then he started to fade back. Jorge Prado found his way back into 4th after about 4 laps. Jeffrey Hurlings made another move on Clement DeSalle to move into 7th. That was on lap 5. He then passed Jorge Prado, moved up another position with a nice sweep move on the inside to go into 6th place. Then on Jasikonis to move into 5th. Tim Geiser, though, the talking point of the race. He led the championship at this point, but he crashed out spectacularly from 2nd position. Seawer went through, Febvre went through, and you guessed it, the number 84, Jeffrey Hurlings, also went through, and that changed the shape of the championship. Koldenoff went on to win an historic Grand Prix for Gas in their first year. Seawer was 2nd, Febvre was 3rd. The overall Grand Prix, Koldenoff, Geiser and Febvre. Seawer 4th, Hurlings was 5th. The championship started out with Hurlings 9 points clear of Tim Geiser. He's now 4 points clear of the Slovenian. Koldenoff has now moved up to 3rd. Cairoli and Jasikonis ran out the top 5. Good day though for standing construct Gas factory racing in Glen Koldenoff.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I think it was an amazing moto, and did not make any mistakes, and just did my own thing. And in the end, Jeremy was pushing hard, but I saw on the pitboard, you know, pass for the win, and I didn't know which position Geiser was, so I really pushed hard for it, and yeah.